Montreal Beer Review. It's actually the last episode of season 5, finally over. I decided to review this big beer. I've been saving this for quite a while, a few months now. And this is called the Gin Lane Ale, and it's brewed by the Granite Brewery. Either in Halifax or in Toronto, but this particular bottle came from the brewpub in Toronto. My friend brought this here to Montreal. I had a sample of this beer at the brewpub when we went there for my birthday. Well, actually one day before that. I liked it a lot, but I don't really remember how exactly this tasted. I just remember being a good barley wine, and this is, by the way, the style of this beer. It's a barley wine, 9% ABV, and it's a bomber, but I guess they fill it up a bit more because it says 675 milliliters instead of the usual 650 or the 22 ounces in the US. Granite Brewery operates 2 brew pubs in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and in Toronto, Ontario. The Halifax brew pub was actually the original, and then in 1991 they opened the second one, and they've been brewing different beers, sort of having experimental seasonal brews and a fair amount of cask ales as well, which I'm really happy with because I tried 2 of their beers on cask and they're both good. Either way, I'm going to be using my large Sierra Nevada Globe glass because it's a barley wine, and you want to serve this in either snifter or glass. As far as the season goes, actually, it's the last episode, so I want to sort of wrap up. I sort of met my objectives. I said that this focus for the season is to sort of try to make my reviews more concise and cut down for the average like 10.5 minutes to about 8 or 9, but actually some of my videos are even shorter than that now. I'll definitely try to improve in the future to make them even more concise without sort of sacrificing the content. Anyway, let's get started and review this beer. Alright, so the beer just had a blank sort of golden color cap because it's not really, although they bottle some of the beers at Granite, they don't really sell them anywhere else but the brew pub. So let's get pouring here. By the way, in case you're wondering what Gin Lane stands for, it's sort of a reference to that famous 18th century engravings which are entitled Beer Street and Gin Lane. Sort of contrasted the major, the negative effects of spirits rather than and then comparing them to sort of moderate buzz you get after that. I think I poured a bit too much and we didn't get much head, but this is a barley wine, so can't really expect much head from this beer. It's got a nice deep cloudy mahogany kind of colour, so reddish brown. It's not like, it's sort of like, it's not very cloudy, but it's still cloudy. This is really fruity. That's probably the major part of the scent. I'm getting definitely good pronounced sour cherry kind of aroma. Also plums, a bit of apple, some sort of tartness. It sort of reminds me of the Belgians, the Flemish red ale, Flanders red ale. At the same time, all the while, you get a very good malty base with some nice caramel notes. Not much in the way of hops. This is not a hoppy barley wine, although barley wines are very versatile as far as the beer style goes, so you never know what to expect. But this is the biggest things here is the fruits and the caramel, which is really nice. So let's dive in. Fantastic beer. Extremely powerful fruitiness, fairly sweet as well. This is fairly cold at this point, but from the first 2 sips I didn't really taste any alcohol at all. Definitely cherries, plums, somewhat tart, but at the same time there's still a good amount of sweetness. The finish is kind of peculiar because it's sort of that breadiness you get with a bit of a biscuit-like maltiness as well at the back. So the fruitiness kind of fades away and then leaves some space for the sweetness and caramel bready goodness, I guess. It's definitely got a medium to full body to it, but not too thick or chewy. Not really tasting any alcohol at this point, 9% beer. Now I think I'm getting a bit more of the breadiness than the fruitiness. But it's extremely smooth and easy drinking. It's amazing. But yeah, I'll get back to you. So far, amazing, outstanding English style barley wine. Really powerful without being boozy. I'll see how this it's going to probably come out to the surface when it gets warm, but at this point this is just excellent. Cheers. This is really, really tasty, guys. But it sort of changes with, as you drink more of it, since I was having this whole bomber to myself. The finish definitely becomes more bitter, but it's not really dry or anything, so it doesn't dry you out. But I am getting some hops now than, compared to what it tasted like in the beginning. This is much more hoppy and bitter in the finish. Meanwhile, it's still fruity. I'm still getting that sort of tart cherry, and at the same time some sweet plums and caramel and everything like that. Really tasty beer. No head retention, no head. But who cares? It's a barley wine, so you shouldn't really expect anything, creamy or with much of a head on it. Overall, the alcohol is still well disguised. You will feel it most definitely. I can assure you of that. But can't really taste much of a booziness to it, which is great for 9% beer. This is just excellent. Having mentioned my friend Stefan, who liked this beer a lot at the brewery, there's actually a few more guys, at least 3 or 4 people. I didn't really know them, but they're like friends of friends, and they were not really experienced beer drinkers at all. But they each had like a glass of this beer. They all loved it. So this shows that this beer is not only for like connoisseurs or really experts or anything like that. This could be enjoyed by anyone. Of course, having said that, this is not a beer for everyone, but it's definitely versatile kind of beer. I like how it's sweet but not over the top. You still get some bitterness of counterbalance that fruitiness. Medium to full bodied, probably closer to medium. At this point, this looks like some sort of spirit, but at the same time, this is a sipper beer, winter warmer. But I could also argue that this is one of the best and tastiest ways to get drunk if that's what you're looking for. I mean, I much prefer having to drink this lovely bomber to myself than having to chug like a 40 ounce of malt liquor, because that's essentially that's the same effect. But here you get taste, and it's not just empty calories. But to each his own. Either way, I'm gonna give this a nice 9 out of 10. I'm not sure why. This could get a full grade, but I'm just gonna leave some space for some room for further improvement, because I haven't had that many English style barley wines. So it could be like 9.5, but I'll stick with my usual grading system. So 9 out of 10 for Granite Brewery's Gin Lane Ale. Exceptionally well brewed barley wine. If you're ever in Toronto, Halifax, check it out. And that's it. Thanks for watching season 5 of the Montreal Beer Reviews. I'll be back shortly with the next season, probably next week or so, or this week or so. I'm not sure when you're going to see this. But yeah, stick to good beer, guys, and check out my other reviews.